hour. Meantime, we move on to the small resort town of Detroit, Oregon, trying to rebuild after devastating wildfires this fall. Some 80% of that town's structures were burned to the ground in September, and the town still doesn't have basic services like water. The recovery effort could take years. Detroit's located about 2 hours south of Portland. That's where our News Nation correspondent Nancy Liu is live for us. Nancy, you and I both spent a lot of time in Oregon. We know it is a beautiful town and a wonderful lake destination for residents in Oregon and beyond in the summertime, but they have a lot of work ahead, it sounds like.
Oh, so much work, Joe, and I know you've been here as well. Everyone should know this place will never be the same. Wildfire season last year in Oregon was among the worst on record. Over 1 million acres burned throughout the state. Detroit especially hard hit. Most of the homes, even the city hall, burned to the ground. Now, a lot of rebuilding plans are in the works, but that process is going to take far longer than the destruction that prompted it. This is the kind of Oregon weather that might have helped to save Detroit back in September. Instead, this lakeside town was practically wiped off the map by the Beachy Creek and Lions Head wildfires. 4 months later, Mayor Jim Trett is committed to rebuilding, but seeing Detroit like this still hurts.
Every time I come into town, it's just it hits you. And it's time overwhelming. We're going to do this, but boy, is it going to be hard.
The town's water treatment system was wiped out, so no service has prevented the mayor and a lot of residents from returning. It also has the town's only store still closed. The year-round population is usually over 200. It's now down to just a couple dozen.
It's going to be a long process, and I think we're realizing that there's frustration. We all feel it at times, but then the realization that, hey, we weren't hurt, we were smashed.
Indeed, about 80% of this resort town was flattened by the fires that tore through on September 8th and 9th.
The church is gone.
The ruins have made the drained state of Detroit Lake an even bleaker sight. The lifting of flood control measures will have the lake back in a few months, but it may be a few years before many regulars are back.
Discussing it with the wife, but we'll probably end up rebuilding something. Just don't know what,
We ran into 80-year-old Mike Rose during his regular check on his property. Despite what's happened, he believes Detroit will remain a vacation destination.
You'd be surprised how many people call and want to buy this property.
And he thinks the plot may gain value since all the charred trees will have to come down.
And the chances of another forest fire coming through here after they remove the trees are not real good.
In and around Detroit, crews have already cleared thousands of damaged trees. The highway leading into town is lined with piles of trunks for pickup. But signs of a natural rebirth are beginning to green things up. The mayor expects a new normal in about 5 years.
There's a lot of good things that have come out of it. Yes, it's tragic and we're hurting, but that's the part that I choose to look at is the people that have stepped up and said, what can we do to help, or not, what can we do? Here's what we're going to do for you.
For now, work is underway on only one new home, and there will likely be far more contractors than residents in Detroit for months to come.
We want people to know that we're still here, that we're happy, we're proud, and we're going to make this town, we're going to rebuild it and make it a little better than it was.
But with nowhere to live or meet, the mayor and the Detroit City Council have been conducting town business an hour away in Salem, and top of the agenda is working out a new water system. Meantime, applications are beginning to pick up for building permits. Live in Detroit, Oregon, Nancy Liu, News Nation.
Nancy, we're up against the clock, but quickly, are they planning to start from scratch and maybe redesign the whole town, or just sort of rebuild it as it was?
The streets are intact, so a lot of homes will be rebuilt, but the first building they hope to do is the City Hall, and there's a new community council put together to get that done. But by the way, Joe, the mayor says that drink between you two, we'll have to wait because there's really no place to have it here right now.
Oh, he remembered that, huh? Yeah, I told him we'd have a drink on the lakefront there as soon as they get it all rebuilt. That's great to hear.
It'll have to wait.
Hey, Nancy, great to see you. Thanks for the update, and tell everyone back there in Oregon that we said hello.
Oregon misses you.
Thank you.